Hi, I'm James Poukka, Realtor with Archer Real Estate Services. It's been a while since my last market update, so I want to get back into the numbers and look at what has been telling us where the Fargo Moorhead housing market has been and where it could be heading. The data comes from the Northstar MLS filtered for the Fargo Moorhead area through the Association of FMR. Activities grouped by day, so major holidays can affect weekly comparisons. This week, 135 new listings entered the market compared to the 140 to the previous week, a decrease of 5 or 3.6%. New supply was essentially steady. The bigger change came from buyers. 59 properties went pending compared with the 95 for the previous week. That's 36 fewer contracts, or about 37.9% decline. The pending to new ratio dropped about 0.68 to 0.44, while the net pending flow moved from a negative 45 to a negative 76. Looking backwards, that shows the Fargo Moorhead market was absorbing new inventory more effectively during the previous week. Supply did not suddenly surge this week. Instead, fewer buyers committed to properties. If that continues for another week or two, I'd expect the inventory active to build and buyers to have more options competing for their attention. 73 properties closed compared to the 110 previously, a decrease of about 33.6%. Because those closings represent decisions, of course, made weeks ago, the simultaneous decline in closings and new pending contracts would indicate that the stronger sales pace we saw earlier is beginning to cool. I would want another week of data before calling it a trend. There were 90 price changes compared to the 98 previously. That's an 8.2% decrease. That is something I'll be watching. Sellers have not responded to slowing activity with more price changes yet. If pending activity remains near current levels, while inventory continues arriving around the 135 to 140 listings per week, I'd expect pricing pressures to become more noticeable, particularly among homes that have already been sitting on the market. For buyers, the next couple of weeks could bring more selection and less pressure on some properties. If this gap between new listings and the pending contract continues. For sellers, that means the first few weeks of the market may become increasingly important. A home priced above competing inventory could accumulate days in the market while buyers move towards more better priced alternatives. Now, the inspection contingencies appeared on 93.2% of pending activity compared with the 66.3 previously. That points towards buyers feeling more pressure to send or render protections to get an offer accepted. Right now, I see the Fargo Moorhead housing market that may be transitioning towards more buyer choice. Whether that develops into a meaningful inventory buildup will depend on whether pending activity rebounds or remains below the pace of new listings over the next several weeks. I post for the Fargo Moorhead housing market updates every Wednesday at 5 p.m. This information is provided for general real estate education only and should not be considered legal, financial, or otherwise professional advice. Always please consult a licensed professional regarding your specific situation. I'm James Poukka with Archer Real Estate Services. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you next time.